and welcome to another One Piece manga chapter read along. This is for chapter 1175. I am reading it as usual on the Shonen Jump app. The first 150 chapters of One Piece are currently free to read on the Shonen Jump app. But there's also a lot of other manga. I'm obviously not sponsored. I'm just telling you because I'm using it. It's very convenient. I started reading JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Phantom Blood, which is part 1. And I'm currently 25 chapters in. It's very fun. I'm 2 chapters behind on Ichi the Witch. And I read 8 chapters of You and I Are Polar Opposites. But I don't know if I'm going to continue that one because it might be better to watch the anime. But it's tough because I want to enjoy the story, but I don't have time to watch the anime right now. So it's like, I don't know. But okay. Those are currently the ones I'm reading. I was trying to read Food Wars, but I'm 54 chapters in. I don't know. I'd rather read JoJo's at the moment. More like excited to read JoJo's. The last 3 are always free if you are caught up. So you can subscribe to Shonen Jump, catch up on your favorite manga, and then the newest chapters are always free? For real? I didn't even know that. Oh, it's true. Look. So, free, and then read. So the ones that says read is not free, but the wow, that's amazing. The first 3 and the last 3 always free. Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. Okay, so I'm just going to, well, first of all, I remember last week, someone seemed like, do you remember that one guy that was saying, she reads on her phone. What is this? Like, where do you read manga? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to? Oh, they probably want me to read like this on the screen or something. Okay, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm reading here. You need your own copy to read with me. It's a read along, not the read for you. Okay, I'm just going to check where we ended with chapter 1174. I do remember the big moment when Ripley, like, she was the first one to stand there and say, I will not let you fall alone, and that they couldn't save the kids, but they also didn't just let them go. That is such a natural, normal parental thing to do. All the parents did it, the brother did it, the teacher did it, and yet somehow still people found a way to be offended. Still. It was probably some Western people, because I don't think I saw any single Japanese person complain about that. Shocking. Anyway, so that was what happened. Oh, but then of course, they didn't actually fall to the ground because, dun dun dun, Loki is a freaking dragon, and he was flying up towards the tree from the underworld or underground, whatever that was called. And Luffy was on his back. So he actually caught everyone that was falling. So thank goodness. So that means at this point, their ships have been destroyed. The children are saved. And, well, their whole plan is ruined. But what now? What next? You know, what do they do from here? Because they still want the giants on their side, right? They want them basically as their war slaves. But Loki is not going to have it, and neither will Luffy. So let's see what happens next. Chapter 1175 is called Nidhogger. Is that the hammer? Or the squirrel? Nidhogger. The cover picture, is Sabo with koala babies hanging all over him. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. I think Oda misread though. It was supposed to be Sabo with him and koala's babies. Wouldn't that have been adorable? But no, the actual koala bears are adorable too. I heard that koalas, like, the food that they eat is kind of like poisonous, and they keep eating it and then they sleep off the poison or something. That's a random fact. But let me just double check it because I don't want to. Koala eat. Koalas eat eucalyptus leaves, which are highly poisonous to most animals due to high concentrations of toxins like cyanide and a low nutritional value. They survive by using specialized detoxifying genes in their liver and specialized gut bacteria to break down the toxins. They're very picky eaters, using their strong sense of smell to choose leaves with lower toxicity and higher water content. Whoa. They eat. What do koala babies eat? Koala babies, also called joeys, transition from drinking mother's milk to eating solid food by consuming a specialized, nutrient-rich fecal substance called pop. Around 6 to 7 months, this runny feces produced by their mother provides essential bacteria for digesting toxic eucalyptus leaves. By 1 year, they eat only eucalyptus leaves. So from birth to 6 months, they drink the milk while in the pouch. From 6 to 7 months, there's a transitional phase where they eat the pup. From 7 months onwards, they start to eat eucalyptus leaves while occasionally still nursing. And then from 1 year, wow, we learned a lot today. Okay, cool. But it's good. We should learn more about the world and its people and its animals. So there you go. Booty says, I learned a lot watching Heaven's Design Team. I claim the angel that created the koalas in Waifu Wars. Okay, we seriously need to watch that. There's an anime called, and I'm pretty sure we've talked about this in a manga video, Heaven's Design Team. So it's about creating the world and its animals, basically. It looks really, really fun. I definitely would love to watch that someday. But okay, let's start. Page 1. We have Sanji chopping with his burning foot the vines, entrapping Robin. I'm so happy, Robin. Thanks. That's our Sanji. I guess it was vulnerable to heat. That's a relief. There's no time to celebrate. No. Between the hockey and the roaring, what's that shadow? I think that they never played Pokemon to understand that fire always beats grass. What's that shadow? Western Village. Ripley! Oimo! Rodo! Please help our parents! They got stabbed by our thorns. Mommy's gonna die. Loki! This village is in danger. Take the children somewhere safe. Not my problem. The only thing I'll do to people who climb on my back is dump them off. Now get off me! Oh, it's Zoro. Hey! Up here! Attention, Elbaf! All of the children are safe. Thank goodness. There are no longer any hostages. Woohoo! What took you so long? And is that dragon Yeah, it's Loki. If you're here, then at least this place is safe. Sure, let's say that. Anyway, since you're all giant now, you guys should crush those dream monsters before they destroy all of Elbaf. Okay, got it. Hmm? What's landing on us? They're thorns. Get the children inside. You fools. You're wasting your time. Wait, what do you mean, what's landing on you? He followed us here? You're not supposed to be alive, you miserable cretins! Give me back my emotions! You look pretty emotional to me right now, dude. On the other hand, this works for me. If the brats are still alive, I haven't failed yet. I can still take them to the Holy Land as planned. However, I'll finish off those half-dead parents now, using my thorn launchers, of course. Thorn launchers? Like vine monsters? We won't let you do that. It's my turn to protect my mom. Me too. And me. Oh, that's so sweet. You kids are the best. Now I don't care about the mission. Who should I kill first? He is one sick fucker. I'll never forget the bravery written on your stupid little faces. Farewell, Sarabada. Please, Colin, run! No, I'll keep you safe. Yeah! Way to go, Zoro! I always believed in you! Nyahahaha! Huh? Who did that? That's Zoro. Remember the name. He's with me. Oh, that Luffy said that? So he jumps in towards, what's his name? Not Killingham. What's his name? But anyway, Luffy jumps towards him saying, that's Zoro. Remember the name. He's with me. And then Gomu Gomu no. And then he does this. And locks in. Stone Thor rifle. In the face. Not just his face, but literally a fist big enough to cover his whole body. Somers, thank you. How do you read that? Well, okay. It's DB wa plgus. But anyway, he gets punched in the face. It looks like his mouth is like disconnecting, like his top half of his face is disconnecting from the bottom half and he's losing teeth, eyes popping out. If he had a mustache, it was blown off now. Straw hats! Oh, it came off. Mommy, look! I finally got to see Luffy all in white. He looks just like Nika. I think he really is the warrior of liberation. Nika? A bedtime tale for children. Let's go then. Ah, it's Nidhogger. Is that what saved us? Oh, is that the dragon? What the dragon is called? Imagine a devil fruit called Nidhogger no Mi. But it's probably like Ryu no Mi model Nidhogger or something. Is there a way to pronounce this? Can I look it up? Because if I have to say that one more time, I don't think I will. It's a fearsome dragon or serpent in Norse mythology. Okay, let me just... Pronunciation. Okay, we're looking it up.
Nidhogg. Nidhogg.
Nidhogg.
Nidhogg.
But it's different in the... So here it's Nidhogg, but in the manga it's Niddhogger. Nidhogger. Oh, so it's actually right, yeah. Wait, here is one with an R.
Nidhogger.
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 Okay then. So, he is this mythological dragon, Nidhogger. We never looked this up when we were theorizing about what kind of fruit he could have, right? It lives beneath the roots of Yggdrasil, particularly near the spring Hvergelmir. He is associated with the destruction of the world tree, although his role in the aftermath of Ragnarok is debated. Described as a serpent or dragon that feeds on the wicked and corpses. In some interpretations, he carries bodies in his wings, signifying a connection to the dead. Okay. So, it must be Loki. I've never seen that before. What is the treasure of Elbaf? A devil fruit, a forbidden one. The dragon fruit, mythical type model, Nidhogger. No matter who eats it, they will transform into the largest dragon in the world, and the maximum size of the beast corresponds to the one who eats it. In other words, if a giant eats it instead of a human, or an ancient giant instead of a giant, the potential power of the fruit is extracted in greater measure. It is said that the obsidian dragon breathes lightning and is so vast that day falls into night when it flies. So if it's like a person of that size, okay, holy hell. Wow. And due to the danger this power poses, you've been making sure no one can eat it? Not quite. If anyone tries to eat the fruit, the guardian hammer, Ragnir, blocks their attempts. In Elbaf, we have a legend about a warrior god. He wielded a weapon known as Ragnir, Iron Lightning, and and turned into an enormous dragon to face off against the sun god. He fought alongside a trusted, loyal ice squirrel known as Ratatoskr. In other words, without its master, Ratatoskr chose to inhabit his weapon instead, and waits for its owner to return. So says the legend. And now, Ragnir, after an eternity of standing guard over the fruit, has finally chosen Loki. And now Ragnir, after an eternity of standing guard over the fruit. But it's not now. This is just the first time they're seeing it, right? Because he ate the fruit in the past. Like it already chose him before, but they're only seeing it now for the first time, or what? So then we're just seeing Loki roar and fly over the vast jungle, and then breathe in and blast Thorheim. And Gunko, currently being possessed by Emu, watches on. What the? Okay. So this is the nightmares being blasted away, right? And that's Emu. Whoa! Why does that silhouette kind of? I don't want to say this. It's gonna be cringe. I apologize in advance. Why does that silhouette kind of slap? No, that's not how you say that. Cooking, giggity. What I'm trying to say is, this visual hits pretty hard. Okay, it looks pretty amazing. And then Luffy, as he does, runs. He's like basically on the nose of the dragon. I see. So, Nidhogger, that's where you were. Damn. Even this hits pretty hard. Like to see her face, but like next to each other because Emu is looking through her. I see. Okay, what did someone want to say before I read the chapter? Man, visually, the last few pages are seriously amazing. But also seeing him get... but it's not enough. At this point, it's not enough. I feel like we've only scratched the surface of the horrors of this man. And one punch is not enough. So I'm going to roll, and then I'm going to check the One Piece manga chat on the Discord. Okay, wait. Nora needs to roll first. Anything will be enough for him, though. Death. Only death. I'm joking. You guys know I don't condone the death penalty, but if he happens to fall off a cliff, let's just say I wouldn't reach out a hand. Okay. Rohit says, I wonder if warrior god head is Onigashima. I wonder if warrior godhead is Onigashima, and I didn't expect the squirrel to be this old and fighting against Nika millennia ago. Also, there is something strange happening in Marijoa, because in previous chapter, Imu said that the Holy Land is on flames, but we see Marijoa intact. Maybe that means there's a possible time dilation happening. Dilatation. The Straw Hats are in Elbaf for days, and in the real world, maybe months or even years have passed. There was a theory, I remember at the beginning, with that, remember there was like a narrator or something saying something about Elbaf, blah, 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 and we were saying that time might pass differently. Yeah, I mean, this has been discussed. Looking forward to seeing this smashed up face getting adapted. Just saying, Zunisha with the same fruit. Imagine colossal elephant dragon. I have no clue how Loki and Zunisha compares in height. Guess it really was Nidhogger from Norse. As far as I know, this one chews on the roots of Yggdrasil from Helheim, so its power should be representative of decay and destruction. But time to see how Oda wants to go with this one. I had the impression that the squirrel was a special hammer with a Zoan squirrel fruit, so I could easily see the squirrel having a very long lifespan. Not really sure how you would have an object die with a Zoan fruit beyond the object getting destroyed. It was satisfying seeing Somers beaten up by Luffy, but I think he's somehow alive. I mean, definitely. He was just punched. I wonder when this character is going to return. Hopefully in the next arc. It would be cool if he's some sort of monk who worships Nika. Hence why he's always smiling. It would be a missed opportunity to not bring him back. He has a very cool name. Love something. What's his? He's rolled in Waifu Wars a lot of times, and I almost claimed him because of his cool name. Mm. Urouge, known as the Mad Monk, is a prominent member of the Worst Generation and captain of the fallen monk pirates. Hailing from a sky island, he wields massive pillars in battle and possesses a devil fruit that converts damage into raw strength. But what is his full name? Just Urouge, the Mad Monk. Oh, it's just Urouge, the Mad Monk. I could have sworn he had... I don't remember why I thought he looked especially cool every time he rolled. It says here, he is one of 12 pirates referred to as the Worst Generation. A smiling totem mask. There's even a picture of him as a child. He's considered a brave man as he was not afraid of fighting people with higher bounties than him, such as Killer. However, it is possible that he did not know about the bounty. It says here, his name is often associated with the 108 earthly desires in Buddhism, and that is linked to Zoro's character as well. Right? He was last seen resting on a sky island after defeating Big Mom's sweet commander, Charlotte Snack, and later losing to Charlotte Cracker. He famously offered a prayer during Kaido's introduction. Whoa. We missed something huge about Urouge. Urouge has fallen and may have lost his faith in the sun god, and the fallen nature is also quite evident in Arusha's flagship. He does seem like a really interesting character, like there's a lot more to him, right? But why are we talking about him now exactly? His last trivia is pretty interesting. You can almost tell he will be back. What trivia? Let me see. I'm not seeing the trivia. Major battles, manga differences, a flashback of Urouge, attempted invasion of Totorando is added in the anime. The flashback started with Urouge emerging victorious from his fight against Snack. Cracker confronted Urouge shortly after and gave him a brutal beating. Oh, here, I found the trivia. As of the Egghead arc, Urouge is the only member of the Worst Generation yet to personally meet Monkey D. Luffy, and the last remaining member with an unnamed devil fruit. Ooh. Trivia from a wiki page. Wow, that is very interesting. Well, I'm glad that we got to see Somer's destroyed And I'm glad that we got to see people's reactions to Loki, but... And we had the last few pages visually were very gorgeous. But... it went by too fast. This is one of the kind of chapters that will be very amazing to watch in the anime, but it just doesn't feel like enough. Except the end is extremely interesting because Emu saying that's where you were, like it was looking and looking. But wasn't there also a theory about oh no. There were theories about the treasure of Elbaf and whether or not Shanks left with it. And I don't remember, but there were some theories about that. But I guess now, okay, it's been confirmed. The treasure was always the dragon devil fruit, and Emu never knew where it was, but now what is the relationship? What is the, you know? So I'm quickly gonna take a look on X to see if anyone had any extra thoughts. The chat is not as active as usual, but I feel like still people will have a lot to say about this, and usually one of my favorite parts is you guys linking it back to that chapter and that chapter and that chapter, and I'm like, it's all connected. But I can't remember those things by myself. So I'm going to look up One Piece chapter 1175. There's colored versions of the manga pages. Then there's like literally websites. Is this like... Okay, never mind. I think it's just like leak. You missed this detail. Do you guys think... Remember we looked at this last week? Luffy, Nami, Zoro, Frankie, Sanji, Jinbei. That looks like the girl from Water 7, honestly. Here's a summary someone posted. At the beginning of the chapter, Sanji uses Diable Jambe to burn away Summer's thorns because fire beats grass. Zoro cuts the thorns around the hostage children, and Luffy praises him. As expected of you, I believed in you. That was quite an interesting interaction between Zoro and Luffy, like that level of acknowledgement. I feel like I've never really... Like, it's almost like Luffy acting even more like a captain, you know? And even the part where he said... I really love that part. He's like, remember his name. This is Zoro. He's with me. It was never clear if Loki ate the devil fruit or not until the end of the flashback. And we thought Loki was hating on Shanks. And now we know why Rox wanted Harold to eat that devil fruit. Immense power. Luffy and Loki save the children and bring them near Jarul. In a flashback, Jarul reveals Loki's devil fruit, the dragon fruit, mythical Zoan model, Nidhogger. Jarul says that no matter who eats it, the user becomes the largest dragon in the world, but the size of the dragon is proportional to the size of whoever eats it. That's why its full potential can only be drawn out by an ancient giant. Jarul also says that in Elbaf, a certain god of war possessed the Nidhogger devil fruit, and wielded a weapon called Ragnir. It says raging here, but okay. And clashed with the sun god in the past. I wonder why they would clash. I wonder. Why? What would be the reason? The god of war and the god of... the sun god. Why would you clash? Or gods just be godding like that. Jarul adds that the god of war was said to be accompanied by his loyal confidant, the ice squirrel Ratatosku. Luffy uses a new Gear 5 technique in this chapter against Somers. It's called Gomu Gomu no Don Thor Rifle because it's the giant fucking fist. Excuse me. The giant fudging fist. A Gear 5 version of Gomu Gomu no Thor Rifle used in Dressrosa. His gigantic fist connects with Somers' entire body brutalizing him, I guess. Loki defeats most of the Dreams monsters with his lightning powers, literally tearing them to shreds right in front of Emu, currently possessing Gunko. Emu in the Holy Land reacts to Loki and says, "I see. This is where you were. That's where you were. Or thou were." The Albok arc intensifies as the conflict spreads. Key characters make decisive moves, and the chapter drives the story toward a major turning point. Yeah, because the main... their main purpose here was to steal the children, to manipulate the parents into fighting for them. But then he even said, "Oh, I haven't failed yet, but actually I don't care." He actually didn't care about the plan. He just wanted to torture them, to... Yeah, that's pretty much... What? Are these like AI generated? Or someone's drawing them? I don't want to show it. If it was art, it would be cool, but I don't know if it's AI, and I don't know. Never mind. There's even a video. So, I don't know if it's AI or someone's creating this art or what, but this is the account for Tachu, a AR guy. Oh yeah, it's AI. Yeah. Most epic panel of One Piece. This one. Yeah, there's not a lot of... I do like that Luffy was on the tip of his nose, kind of like where he always is. That was like a cute touch. Yeah. That's more or less all the people are saying. Not... I guess if people don't have something to be offended about in a chapter. Now I'm worried about Brook. Last time we saw him 2 chapters ago, he was blocking an attack. Yeah, you're right. And this time... maybe he was an ally to Emu. Oh, do you mean the god of war? The giant? Well, there was like remember that mural? There was like 3 things, right? Well, I don't know, but I think it was a nice chapter. But it was the kind of chapter that you want to read 2. If it's gonna be like this, you want to read 2. But definitely the part with Somers is going to, you want to see it animated. You want to hear his bones crunching, you know? I don't think so. They were probably rivals. When you say rivals, do you mean like Dory and Brogy on that island and they were fighting? That is true. Giants fighting each other does not mean they're like enemies or something, right? What did he say in the chapter? Let me just quickly read that part again. In Elbaf, we have a legend about a warrior god. He wielded a weapon known as Ragnir and turned into an enormous dragon to face off against the sun god. He fought alongside a trusted lord. Yeah. So maybe just kind of like Dory and Brogy fought. They were just fighting. I see. Okay. Well, last week I remember saying that we should, choose our guess or make our guesses on the VAs that they're going to pick for certain characters. But someone said something about casting unknown VAs. And I'm thinking it'll probably not be someone like I think the big one is already mentioned, and it's Shanks' brother. I think everyone else will probably be, except Loki. I mean, Loki's gotta be a big one, you know? But I didn't really... I talked about it a lot last week or 2 weeks ago whenever we read it. When did we talk about it? 2 weeks ago. And then I didn't think much about it again after that. Only the ones I mentioned before. Speaking of those 2, I want to know how are they after they both hit each other in the last chapter? You mean Dory and Brogy? They were still turned, right? I don't like to be reminded of that. Loki's, as I said, he should be Tengen's VA. Tengen would be good. Very good. Would be a very good casting, yeah. It's the VA is Katsuyuki Konishi. Katsuyuki Konishi. He's Bootil in Honkai Star Rail. Oh my gosh. That character is, if you don't play Star Rail, definitely look up Bootil's videos. Like character, I don't know what you call them. He's also Engine from Gachiakuta. Engine. That he would be brilliant as Loki, yeah. Booty says, I think Dory and Brogy are still turned, but that's also a reason I want to check on them. Isn't it frustrating when from one manga chapter to the next, there's so many characters to keep track of. Like you can't, like where's Brooke? Where's Dory and Brogy? What's happening with them right now? What's happening over there? Okay, but I'm gonna not ramble on for too long. Probably gonna play a few games. But we do have a chapter next week, at least. Let me just check here. 1176 is next week. And I'm hoping that the break this month will be around on the 21st of March, but I have a feeling it's going to be the 15th. But I'm not going to be streaming on the 22nd of March. So if the break is on the 20th, if the break is on the 15th, well, either way, I'm going to be reading 2 chapters on the 29th. Because I don't think I'm streaming on the 22nd, but we're going to find out. Usually it's 3 chapters, 1 break, so you may be lucky. Oh, wait. What? So we had a break at the end of February. Did we have a break last week? Okay, but then 1, 2, 3 break, maybe. Hello, today you stream just on YouTube? No, I was live on Twitch for a few hours. 2 p.m. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was live for like 7 hours on Twitch. Oh, this is the first one after the break. Oh, okay. So I might get really lucky. Yes. Okay. So, thank you guys for reading the manga with me. Let me know your thoughts and what you're looking forward to most in the story that's coming up. What am I looking forward to most? The gang back together. The children, like, you know, the action part of an arc is very exciting. But we've had a lot of action actually for a while now, even in the flashback and stuff. So I'm actually looking forward to the wind down where everyone, like, everything's peaceful. Everyone's like regrouping, recapping. You know, the gang is back together. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. Not that I don't want more action and things to move and happen, but it just feels like the group needs a breather. And yeah, I'm really curious about Gunko's character, like, because she's being possessed like this. I'm curious as to how it happened, how long, like, how does it affect her? You know, I can't imagine your body being stolen from you like that. Like, this isn't just brainwashing, it's physical takeover, entering her body, using it for your own good. Like, it feels so violating. So I'm really curious about Gunko's character and what her life is like outside of missions and stuff. What her mind is like. What kind of person is she? How did this happen? Why did it happen? Because remember, Brooke's reaction. I feel like Vegapunk is working on something big too. I wonder what that will be. Where is Lilith? Where has Lilith been all this time? And Bonnie, where were they hiding, or where were they? I don't remember. Excuse me. Let me see here. There is another message in the One Piece. I saw someone's reaction to the introduction of the worst generation, and he's the only one we don't know much about. So nothing in the chapter reminded him of the monk. It was just like a random thing that popped up. Greek gods, Egyptian gods, what? Norse gods, Japanese gods. I know they're together, but I'm asking where. I don't remember where they were. That's why when someone mentioned Vegapunk, I was like, where is Vegapunk and Bonnie? Because I know they're together. But anyway, if you know, comment on the video and I will see you next week. Bye.